If you want to play at 1080p resolution and you want a new graphics card, then this video is going to be for you. I will show you the perfect graphics cards for 1080p for every budget, and I will also show you the level of performance that you can get with each graphics card. That way, if you are a beginner to PCs and you decide to buy one of these graphics cards, you know the type of performance that you are getting. I am Valentino, and all the links to these GPUs will be down below in the video description. With that being said, let's start. With the first one, we have the cheapest one on the list, and I'm talking about the Intel Arc A580. Now, I want to clarify that every graphics card here is brand new, so no used graphics cards in this video. So if you're looking for used graphics cards, I will make a different video about it soon. But anyway, the Intel Arc A580 is actually one of the best price to performance graphics cards out there, especially if you are on a very tight budget, because you get a very nice 65 plus FPS on average level of performance on high to ultra settings in high demanding titles. If you want to play easier to run games, then you can achieve well over 200 FPS on average if you pair it with the right CPU, because the CPU is quite important when talking about high FPS games. When talking about high demanding titles, the graphics card is going to be the main factor. Now, the Intel Arc A580 is a really good graphics card for $160 when I'm recording this video. I do recommend you checking the latest prices from the links in the description, but I do want to say that the Intel Arc A580 is not the best in terms of drivers optimization, and the reason why is that is because Intel is recent in terms of graphics cards in the market, so they do not have the best drivers optimization yet. So if you want a graphics card that's already pretty good in terms of drivers and will give you about the same performance, then you are looking to get the RX 6600 from AMD. This one is going for around $200 at the moment, so quite more expensive than the Intel Arc A580. It is a bit faster, at around 5% faster, and you will be achieving 70 plus FPS on average at 1080p on high to ultra settings. So very good graphics card with good drivers optimization. It has 8 gigs of VRAM, which is enough for 1080p, and if you are on a tight budget, this GPU is actually pretty good. However, if you have more money to spend, for $20 extra, you can get the RX 6650 XT, which is about 25% faster, so you are spending $20 more for a 25% faster rasterized performance. And on that same test, instead of getting 70 plus FPS on average in high demanding titles, high to ultra settings, you are looking to get around 85 plus FPS on average, which is quite a noticeable difference when talking about high demanding titles. So in my opinion, if you see this graphics card at $220, it's a no-brainer, and it's going to be much better in terms of price to performance compared to the RX 6600, which is $20 cheaper, but is 25% slower. Now, if you have more money to spend, or you want to go with a graphics card from Nvidia, you have two options. You have the RTX 3060, which is going for around $290, and then you have this one right here, the RTX 4060, which is going for around $300. Now, the 4060 is about 18% faster than the 3060 and will give you around 90 plus FPS on average on high demanding titles, high to ultra settings. Of course, it will depend on the exact game and settings, and then the 3060 will give you around 80 FPS on average. So it's about a 10 to 13% FPS difference on average, and the price is very similar. So in terms of price to performance, the 4060 is much better. However, the 3060 has 12 gigs of VRAM and the 4060 has 8 gigs of VRAM. So if your favorite programs or favorite games require more than 8 gigs of VRAM, then I recommend you going with a 3060. But if you're looking for gaming, for most people, I do recommend the 4060 compared to the 3060. And I know I am saying too many numbers here, but I want you to understand the difference, because maybe you get the 3060, but you're looking to play games that do not require more than 8 gigs of VRAM, and you are losing on performance for just a $10 difference. So as I said before, in my opinion, for most gamers, the 4060 is better, but if your specific games or programs, let's say you want to do video editing and you need more than 8 gigs of VRAM, then going with a 3060 is going to be ideal for you, and you save around $10 to buy a nice menu from McDonald's. Now, the best one for 1080p in my opinion in terms of gaming performance is the RX 6750 XT. This one is from AMD, and right now is going for $310, which is $10 more expensive than the 4060, and will give you about 20% faster rasterized performance compared to the 4060, and is the fastest I've mentioned so far in this video. Now, yes, it is the most expensive one, but you also get 12 gigs of VRAM, so you get a very nice graphics card for 1080p, not only right now but also for the future, and you can also play at 1440p with no issues, high to ultra settings in high demanding titles. Now on that same test I've been mentioning today, on high to ultra settings in high demanding titles, which by the way you can see the specific games that are being tested here by yourself. You will have the link to this test down below in the description, as well as all of the graphics cards mentioned today. But anyway, the 6750 XT is not on the list, but in terms of rasterized performance it is very similar to a 4060 Ti, and it was able to average around 110 plus FPS on average. Remember, high to ultra settings, high demanding titles. Jumping up to 1440p resolution, you can expect around 78 plus FPS on average in these same titles on high to ultra settings. So overall, I believe the 6750 XT really has no competition when it comes to price to performance, but of course if you don't have enough money to buy this graphics card, just go with any of the other ones that I've mentioned. But if you have to ask me which one would you recommend for 1080p ultra settings for right now and also to last you for a couple of years, I think the 6750 XT is going to be my best recommendation. Now if you enjoyed the video, leave a like and subscribe, it's going to help the channel a lot. And if you're looking for a complete PC build, just keep in mind that the graphics card is not the only thing that is important inside of a system. As I said before, the CPU is quite important, because trust me, you do not want to bottleneck your graphics card and get bad performance out of these GPUs. For that reason, if you're looking for a complete PC build, I recommend you watching my video on the best gaming PC builds of the month for every budget and every resolution. That video will be in the top right of the screen, and if you have any questions you can let me know on my Instagram. That will be the top link in the description. Thank you guys for watching, thank you for the support, and I will see you on the next one.